Boba Fett went through a marketable changes in the last couple days, ever since the little update that they did. First of all, there is no more instant barrage. He cannot fire as fast. He really fires as slow, but they just recharge a slight bit faster. And that's a slight bit faster. And his anti-hero rockets is now changed to do a little bit more damage in a meter radius, and it increases the more you have it. So like it's 5 meters of actual radius, which is pretty good, but the damage I would say needs a little bit of an increase. But it so far it's not too big of a nerf to Boba. They really need to buff the firing rate of his rockets, which they are going to do in the next like 2 updates. Hopefully in next month's update. Hopefully in the November update, then they'll fix that, as Guillaume said. But right now with Boba Fett, what you have to do is usually run with your legs. Use your jetpack when you get the chance to. Cover as much ground as you can with your jetpack, but don't forget that you have the ability to run. Don't be afraid to run if you run out of fuel. Don't just sit there like a sitting duck. Run. You have legs. Now the other best thing is to get the drop on them. Like literally have to drop on them. Just because of how little the damage is now, you physically have to do that now. Now the other thing is that concussion rocket has been slightly increased by, I don't know, like a second. So it fires a little bit faster, but not that much. It still takes 13 years to activate the ability. And nothing else has changed really that much. So basically what I would say is just run around. Use your jetpack as least as possible. Only use your jetpack to get the rocket barrage jump attack on them, or to cover enough ground to get to them, because you need a desperate need to get around. But since Boba Fett, since all the light side heroes and dark side heroes are now markedly faster now you're at least so much faster than the infantry, so now you can just run with all the infantry behind you, and you could pretty much get there as fast as they can. But then plus you have a jetpack that allows you to do things. So I would literally just say use the jetpack to cover ground, but also use it to get the drop on the enemies. And don't forget, you have a flamethrower. Use it as much as possible. It helps you out in the long run. It doesn't do as much damage as it probably should, as fire getting punched into your face. It should do a little bit more damage than a little bit of everyone else's melee, just because they're punching. But that's all I would say, that they would need to do that for the jetpack. Literally, so that's the 4 or 5-ish points. Run, use your jetpack as least as possible. Use your jetpack to get the drop on people with rocket barrage, and shoot and use your melee. Shooting and using your melee is like one of the best things that Boba Fett has in his kit, especially right now. His blaster doesn't do that much damage in comparison to 3 bolts. It does like 15 damage for every bolt hit. So yeah, not too great with it, but it does the 3 bursts, and you can fire it hella fast. And plus, now his flamethrower does decent damage. It does the same amount of everyone else's melee. But so, it helps out if you're in a sticky situation to kill the troopers or any hero that you got them to be at low health for. Yeah, that would all I would say to have how to play Boba Fett in this current state right now. So, do I say that people were making this nerf out to be bigger than what it is? Yes, but also no. Because at the time he did take a big hit, because now he can't fire as fast. Now all of his damage is kind of nerfed. So it's not really too great of a nerf. It was really unneeded, to be honest. Like Darth Vader's nerf, it was really unneeded. But yeah, that's all you need to know how to play Boba Fett in his current state. Just pretty much do what I was doing in this gameplay as much as you possibly can, and it'll pretty much work out. And like and subscribe. And Dice, give us a holiday special Boba Fett skin. It technically still is canon. Give us a skin for Boba.